I've just got access to Cisco's new digital learning platform called Cisco U, which is not yet general availability, but is coming soon. And no doubt if you follow Cisco, you've probably seen the news about Cisco U and what it is. Or maybe you do follow Cisco, but don't really understand what Cisco U is. So this is what this video is about, because I want to first look at Cisco U. This is the first time I'm looking at it now that I've got access to it as well. And I wanted to give you a little bit more information about that and see how really can benefit the learner with regards to certification training or just upskilling in general. So just to start off here, if you want to be a part of the early access, which is essentially what I've got now, you can fill out a form which will give you hopefully, or get you access hopefully, to Cisco U, and it allows you really to take a look at Cisco U before general availability. And I believe everything on there is free of charge to use until general availability, where things will likely change. So this is a form here. I will put this in the video description as well for you to fill out if you do want to test drive Cisco U. So before we get into it, what is Cisco U? And as I said, this is the first time I will be looking at Cisco U here as well. So we'll take a look at everything on here, or most things on here, and see how it can benefit the learner. But essentially, in December, or December the 1st, a blog post was written here about Cisco U, and it's really a focus on putting the learner first. And Cisco U is, as it says here, a digital learner experience built around the learner with quick start, pre-skill assessments, modular learning, advanced search, and a focus on goal setting. It's designed to work for everyone's unique journey. So what that is saying is Cisco U is going to be tailored specifically for each individual. So you're going to have tailored learning paths as well for each individual learner. So what recommendations I might have might not be the same for you. So it's more personal to each individual. So it goes on to say here that our community of 1 million plus learners helped develop Cisco U. So in line with Cisco, the community has also helped put together Cisco U based on what they feel is missing, or what they feel is needed in terms of a learning platform. And there was focus really put on goal-based learning paths, solution-based learning paths, project-based learning, AI-driven recommendations, and machine learning, which is quite cool. And it says, and much more. Excellent. So that's essentially what, in a nutshell, very brief summary of what Cisco U is. Again, I will post this link as well in the video description, so you can click on this and explore it a little bit more if you choose to. But the purpose of this video today is to look at Cisco U now that I've got access to it. So once you get access to it, this is what it's going to look like, at least for the foreseeable, when you log in. So you log in with your credentials, and this is the main screen here. So if we just run through this, it's going to give us basically some information about what we've just discussed. So it says it'll guide us on our tech learning goals, whether you need training to seek certifications, role, or solution. The courses basically have you covered. So we start here, so we can select these options here. So whether I want to look around, I want to get certified, I want to switch careers, I want to learn a new skill. So the different paths that we can take here. We can see as well, we've got an option here to identify the skills, strengths, and gaps. So you take an assessment, I assume, and then that's going to help tailor the courses or the content to each individual. So I guess that's where that machine learning comes in. We have an option here to browse different topics. So find out how-to guides, demos, and more. learn your way. So find a learning path for your role, goal, or solution, which sounds pretty cool. And then join a supportive community, which I'm sure is going to probably take you to Cisco's learning community. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so this is actually a Cisco U community. So we can see if we click on this, we've got certification communities right the way from CyberOps and CCNA, and it shows you a number of posts, followers, and articles all the way through to professional and expert topics as well. And then you've got additional resources as well. So if I just click on my topic, which is security, it's going to take us through to the learning network as I assumed it would. And then you get all the topics here as well. Cool. Okay, so that's that. So if we go back to the main page here, we can see that we've got the ability to join an event. So we've got Cisco Live displayed here as well, which is actually gone. The next Cisco Live now, that probably needs updating because the next Cisco Live is next month in Amsterdam, which I will be attending. So maybe it's because it's not general availability that's not being updated yet. I don't know. But then you have the option to look for other events that Cisco may have as well. So that's very cool as well. It seems to me that, Cisco U is trying to put together a place where somebody can come and learn, whether it's certifications or whether it's around different technologies, and at the same time can take a look at events that may be useful to them as well. Wondering where to begin, so we can personalize the journey, and then you've got the next step here, which is to help level up. So we've got on the bottom here, we've got a few different things that we can click on here as well. So we've got in the footer, we've got the education section, so certifications, learning paths, courses, practice labs, resources. We've got community, which is going to take us to blogs, events, forums, and communities that we just looked at. We have the pricing for businesses and individuals, and we have an about and, as usual, a help section. So I'm quite curious actually just to look at the pricing section, and it looks like it maybe not. It's not available yet because it doesn't. Yeah, it's the links are not available yet for those, so it doesn't take me to anything. It looks like, in fact, for all of these footer sections, apart from contact us, that's not available yet. So again, it's not general availability yet, so maybe those are the things that are being worked on at the moment, but I've not seen anything with regards to pricing yet, so I would be interested to see the pricing around that. So let's say we want to look around. Let me just open this in a new tab. So we are now on the explore page by the looks of it. So we've got some recommendations here at the top, so we can retake the survey. I don't remember taking a survey before, so maybe that's just generic, but that's going to recommend content based on a survey that we take. We've got the information about Cisco Live, which is now out of date, and then we've got some certification link that we can click on as well. So it looks like in terms of learning paths, I am getting a bunch of different paths that we can take. So I've got the ICE learning path, which looks like it is for the certification itself, for the CCNP certification, specialist certification. So we get to see the sort of level that we're working at. We get to see how long the course should take to complete. we get to see courses and labs in there as well. So this looks like, to me, actually, it looks like it's part of the digital learning platform, or at least it's kind of been integrated with that as well. So if I was to click on that, actually, let's take a look. So it brings me to the course. It tells me how long it is. And yeah, so it's in line with the ICE CCNP specialist certification, as I said. So if I was to click on this, kind of learning. All right, okay, cool. So yeah, so it looks like the link that I can see on my screen now is saying that I'm being redirected to on-demand learning. So that's really cool because it looks like they've taken the on-demand learning and integrated, at least for some of these courses, integrated this with the new Cisco U platform. And it looks really cool, the new way that they've done it. So yeah, it's really cool. And with that, in fact, for those that haven't used the on-demand learning, with this you should get access to labs as well. So for those that don't have lab environments at home or access to lab environments maybe at work or in the cloud, the Cisco U platform could be a good option for you if you are looking at obtaining some certifications, because with these courses you are going to I believe you are going to get access to the labs as well, the company labs. So you see here, in fact, with this particular course, you can see that there's 16 labs within this course. So it's a good way for you really to not only read the content and understand the content, but also the labs really help solidify what you have been reading and learning. So again, we've also got other certification learning paths by the looks of it. So we can, I guess, flick through it like this. Maybe it would be nice to have maybe a slider bar maybe to do that instead of clicking these little tiny circles. Maybe that will change, I don't know. But yeah, you can see that there's different learning paths here as well that you can take. So you want to be a SOC analyst, you can see that there's a course for that there with labs as well. We've got Cisco courses. So what we've got here, we've got networking security, test and delete course. I assume that these are maybe test courses that are going to get deleted. We have courses on, or labs more like, it looks like more lab orientated stuff. So you got deploying Cisco Umbrella, deploying Cisco AMP for endpoints. So when it comes to CCNP security or CCIE security rather, these little labs and things like this on Cisco U might actually be useful, especially for those that don't have access to, AMP or Cisco Umbrella as well. So it's really worth taking a look at those as well. We've got understanding Linux operating systems. So we can see there's a wide variety by the looks of it of different courses that we can go through. We have a breakdown of Cisco U events and webinars coming up, which is quite cool. So this is really good because instead of looking or trying to keep up to date with the different events that Cisco are putting on, it looks like Cisco U is going to include them here as well. So this is really cool because you can, I assume, just click on each one of these. Let's have a look. Yeah, and it will take you to the event for you to register here. So again, this is really cool. So this looks like it's focused on ICE on the 10th of January, so which is actually today. At 4 p.m. my time. So you can register for this. And again, if you're looking to learn more about guest access with ICE, whether it's for the CCIE or whether you're just looking at learning more about guest access because you're implementing it in a work environment, then things like this are really useful to come by. And you wouldn't necessarily know about these unless you were kind of looking on the Cisco Learning Network or you followed some sort of tweet and stuff like that. So it's really cool to have this here, I think. Then we've got the Cisco U podcast. So we've got the Cisco certification, or Cisco U podcast as I call it now, which is quite cool. So I assume you've got lots of different podcasts here that you can kind of click on and listen to. We've got some videos. We've got tutorials. So it looks like we've got third-party technologies as well. So Kubernetes. We've got information or tutorials on NSO, automation, some more Kubernetes, Git. So there's a few different things, and that's just looking at the explore section as well. I guess you could click on these, which will take you to each one of these in more detail. So let's just click off that, because we'll click on this next one now. We'll say I want to get certified, and then it's going to ask us which technology areas we have an interest in. So for me, I'm going to say security, cloud computing. I'm going to say networking. I'm going to say software. What skill level interests you? And I'm probably going to say advanced and expert. Oh, you can only choose one. So I'm going to say expert, because I am working towards the CCIE security. And there we go. So now you can see that it gives me a breakdown of different certifications that interest me. So I'm going to say CCNP security, because it's tied in now with the CCIE. And I'm also going to say CCIE security as well. In fact, we can only choose one. Interesting. It would be nice, I think, to be able to choose more than one to maybe get a more customized learning experience. Maybe that will change. I don't know. But I'm going to say CCI security, because I've already done the CCNP security, and I've taken 2 lab attempts at the moment of the CCIE security lab. So I'll do that. And then we get a little output saying, thanks for sharing your learning interests with us. You can always go back and retake the survey. So that must be the survey that it's been asking us to take to provide that more customized learning experience. So based on that, you can see now that we've got the CCNP score, certification training. We've got the SOC analyst one that's come up. I don't know why that's come up, because that's more entry level. We've got some CCNA. So it's basically give me, maybe that's based actually on the first section where I chose cloud and software and stuff like that, because you can see that I've got some automation stuff here as well. I've got some networking stuff, so maybe that's what that is as well. We've got some recommended courses, so I assume this is based off the options I've just chosen. So it looks like networking, cloud and computing. We've got deploying a Cisco ASA firewall, and these things look like most of them come with labs, which is really cool. So again, if you don't have access to the Cisco ASA firewall, maybe this is a good option for you to maybe invest in as well. DNAC is an issue for a lot of people, especially for the CCIE, and being able to have a lab with DNAC because of its resource requirements. So, if we can get labs with DNAC in here, that would be really good. So that is something I will probably be looking at to see if we can get some DNAC labs in there as well. Got some popular communities, so CCNA, CML, so the Cisco Modeling Lab. So CML, for those that don't know, is pretty much like GNS3 or EVE-NG, so virtual emulators, so you can run, say, virtual routers, switches, and other technologies in there as well. To build up a lab environment as well. So that's something that you want to look at if you are looking at building up a lab environment as well. And then it takes us back to the podcasts, webinars, which looks like it's give us based on recommendations. So we've got the ICE one, even though actually I don't know why the guest one hasn't come back up, because that would have been in line with Cisco ICE and obviously CCNP security and CCIE security. We've got tutorials and recommended videos, which is quite cool. This is cool. So ICE onboarding, secure wireless access, ICE installation. These are really cool because, you know, watching content like this will really help as well for those that don't have labs or prefer to visually learn as opposed to reading. Help secure some of these, secure some of the knowledge on some of these topics as well. So this looks like it's given me my personalized learning path now, which I can go back and retake and change that survey as well. Pretty cool. So now let's click on I want to switch careers. Let's see what this gives us. I just close that last one there. So it's telling me I don't have any items in my list at the moment. So it's giving me recommended learning again. Recommended, all recommendations. So I don't really know. Maybe this page is not finished, maybe, or maybe it's. I wouldn't really understand the point of having the same page twice if you want to change careers. I would just think that you would retake that survey and maybe specify your new interests, but I'll leave that open to interpretation. But that's that page anyway. Let's click on the last one. I want to learn new skills. Again, it looks like it's brought me to the same page. So maybe these ones are not finished. Maybe someone from Cisco U or the Cisco learning community can explain those a little bit more. But they look like they, at least for the last two, they haven't changed. And I guess these are just more of a breakdown of sort of some of the things that we've looked at already, as we've described. So that's a first look really at Cisco U and what it looks like and some of the benefits and features that exist there. As I said, it's not general availability yet. It is early access, so some of the things may not be finished, as we've seen already with the footer bookmarks and stuff like that. We can't see the pricing. I don't know if the pricing is available yet, but that's something that I'm keen to look at as well. But yeah, maybe if you want to explore this yourself, you can fill out the early access form and hopefully you can get access to explore this and at least go through some of the courses for free while it is in early access and share your feedback as well. If you are using it already, if you are already part of the early access, let me know what you think of the new learning experience, the new platform. Please comment in this video. And yeah, if you are serious about learning new skills, whether it be Cisco or third party, then maybe Cisco U could be for you, but I'll leave that up to you. This is a first look. Thank you for watching.